In this video, we're going to be looking at what can cause a malfunction in a jam. Now, I haven't seen a lot of people talk about this. The only thing I think of is they maybe think it's their fault or something, or they'll get in trouble with Crosman. But okay, so jams do happen. It's important to pick the right pellet. So when I've used the wrong pellets for this, what happens, the skirts fall backwards, and there is a stem here, and then they hit that stem on the side, and this cannot rotate, so you can't pull your trigger. It feels like a trigger jam, but actually is a loading issue, a loading jam technically. Now right here I have the Plinker pellets by H&N's from their Excite line, and they're designed for CO2. So what does that mean exactly? So if a pellet's designed for a CO2 gun, what's the definition of that? Okay, they're lightweight, about a pistol wad cutter really. So 7.5, roughly 7.5 grains, well under 8. And they're designed to be, well, they're mass produced and they're pretty accurate, but they're designed to be affordable because the Germans understood how many pellets you can go through in a system like this where you're firing semi-auto. And if you want to use your CO2 and not waste money, you're firing at least 48 shots. So, and I would say only fire 48 shots, and we'll get into that. So anyway, so I like Pyramid Air, and they recommended this. Now, a lot of websites, they'll say, buy this. No. This I have experience with. I have been 22, and they're good in certain guns. And these, again, they're pistol wad cutters, really, so 7.5 grains are also good in, like, the Grizzly, the 2840. They're also excellent in guns like that. So CO2, lower power, single pumps. And the 22 versions are a lot of fun in the 1322. So they're only, as I speak, around $5 retail. That could go up, but they're designed to be pretty good pellets that are affordable for a semi-automatic CO2. So let's go ahead and get into this now. All right, so what do you do? Okay, so what's this look like, this malfunction that I don't really hear a lot of people talking about, but I know that local friends say it happens, especially old timers. This gun has been around since 1994. So there's a couple things that can happen. This is a little rickety right here. It's a little bit, there we go. It's a little bit rickety. And sometimes, you know, the stem that goes through here that shoots your pellets, it just catches on a pellet. And so it can't rotate and your trigger won't pull. And so what do? You eject it, push your ejection buttons there and eject it. And just check your pellets, push them in. And one thing I would say that will help is when you're loading your pellets, I just have 6 in that one. Make sure, you press them down, but also use your nail. Use your nail and slightly press down on them and check from the side to make sure that the skirts are flush. But an easy way to do is push them in and then push with your nail. Push them in, nail. And that'll help stop that, because what happens is when these things buckle, that stem hits it and it can't rotate. Otherwise, just, one of the other things that happens, it just literally, because it is a little bit rickety, just a little bit, it just, things get caught up in there. But what I would say is my testing, I pulled the trigger hundreds of times with no pellets in here, and it has not jammed. I didn't have a trigger issue, only when pellets are in there. So I'd say it's definitely skirt related. So that's not a theory. It definitely only happens, at least in my gun, when there's pellets in there and they somehow get buckled. And I would say only use 4 magazines. Some of the best videos that I'll link to say just go 48 shots. It will stop a barrel jam, meaning that you don't have hardly any air at all. And also it causes a jam where the pellet, let me show you, the pellet literally comes just halfway out the front. So it jams between the magazine and the barrel. And Crosman has a fix for that. They have a special part on there. So we'll show in another video. Other people have shown that. So that causes a breech jam if you have it halfway sticking out, because you tried shooting more than 48 shots. So yeah, so basically a good rule of thumb is don't try to shoot more than 4 of these magazines. So 48 shots, because what happens, it's not BBs. This still adds up. They're still quite a bit more expensive than BBs. And basically you'll just feel like you're wasting pellets. No power, and it's good luck hitting anything. So anyway, so I just wanted to go over that. Yes, it does suffer some malfunctions. It's not a big deal. I would not use this as a hunting weapon because of that. what I can testify with my own gun is it's on the 4th magazine. When it's getting low, I would say it starts out high power, good power. Third one is medium power, and the 4th one here is low power. So anyway, just don't go past the 4th magazine and 48 shots, and you should be fine. And the Plinkers have been really good. I want to conclude by saying I've tried different pellets, and they jam like crazy. I mean, I could barely get through it, and I didn't use them again. So choosing your pellets with a system like this is very important on top of accuracy.